get to hear me now. If you get to hear me now.
What is going on, guys? Crypto Alex here, coming to you with a very exciting interview with Johan, the founder of POWERLOAN. I want to thank you for taking the time out from your busy schedule, Johan, to speak with me and my YouTube community. So can you just go ahead and get started by introducing yourself and kind of tell us a little bit about you?
Sure. Hi, I'm Johan. I'm currently the CEO of POWERLOAN. Yeah, I'm here with Alex. We arranged for an interview about a week ago, but we were all busy. So finally we found time to do it. Yeah.
Yep. Thanks, Johan. And again, I appreciate you taking out the time from your busy schedule. I know you're not sleeping a lot with everything that's going on with POWERLOAN. This is a very important stage. So let's go ahead and get started. How did POWERLOAN originate?
Okay. I think the idea of POWERLOAN came about in November last year when we were having discussion among lending program leaders. We were talking about the program, the problems with lending at that time, and all the programs that were existing. And most of them have large capital. It cannot be sustainable without a huge monthly growth. We had an idea that instead of a token that is played for price, we can just create a token that builds value. And then we also start comparing the problem with cryptocurrency and ICO as well as IPO. A lot of people say that ICO is similar to IPO, but it's unregulated. But to us, no, it's not. Basically, because when you look at IPO, when you buy an IPO, when you buy stocks, you actually own part of the company shares. And what happens is that the company value actually translates into share prices based on the assets and all that. But that is not the case for cryptocurrency, because what happens is that when you buy an ICO, I mean, the person who runs the ICO gets the funding, but a major problem is that it does not translate what he earns into the price of the ICO itself, because it doesn't represent part of a company, part of an entity. That's where we begin to think about how can we create a proper ICO that creates value. I mean, that's the most important part of POWERLOAN, because we want whatever that we make translate back into the value of the token price.
Wow, okay.
Yep. So two major things that POWERLOAN should do. Two major keywords. One is sustainability. It needs to be sustainable, because that was the problem with lending at the time. I mean, they started very huge doing ICO, and they couldn't grow in time after that. And we also talk about sustainability and professionalism. Getting professional help. For example, a lot of insurance companies, they actually have actuarial services to determine the payout that is proper for each of their packages. That's what we engage.
Got it. Okay, that's awesome, man. And I know you guys must have, a substantial amount of time just working on this project, because this is the first time I see, a lending platform that has everything ready. And I think that's just a minor part also why you guys are doing so great in terms of sales. I mean, you guys started your sales, 3 days ago?
Yep.
3 days ago?
We started about 3 days ago, and we are about 93% now. And I think we're going to close our pre-ICO within the next few hours.
Yeah, I'm looking at, I'm on the website here, looking at, last time I checked it, I think it was yesterday, and it was around 71 BTC raised, and it's now up to 85.85, so almost 86. And that's just mind-boggling, man. That is insane. Holy cow.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. All right, so So again, I know you touched base a little bit already into this when you were answering the first question. So you don't have to get into much details, but the second one is why POWERLOAN versus other platforms. I know you explained that you guys were looking to do something that is sustainable, and not just by saying it is sustainable, but by employing experts and other things to make sure that is very calculated correctly. And but what else can you tell us? And for somebody that's coming from the outside, that's a potential investor, why POWERLOAN versus the other platforms that are out there?
Yeah, sure. Basically, for POWERLOAN, the most important thing about POWERLOAN is that we always focus on our token price, as we mentioned just now. The problem with ICO is that the value of the project or the company that has taken the capital, it does not get reflected into the token price, because token price is basically just based on whatever people buy on the marketplace, right? So how do we control the token price? So we talk about using the capital to build value for members through utility. So what does this mean? Basically, it means that a lot of utility tokens, they have certain functions, therefore they give a base value. So what POWERLOAN will do with all this capital is that we will start building utility tokens that can give certain functions to our member or benefits to our members, and we airdrop it consistently throughout, most probably every quarter, so that base value itself pushes up the token price. So everything that POWERLOAN does with the capital, any new blockchains, any new projects, it will all be focused on picking up the price. Yeah. And so the idea is that maybe for a start, POWERLOAN token is about $3. So let's say if within every 3 months we can airdrop something that is worth $2, then there's no point for people to sell it for $3. I mean, it will keep going up because they'll keep getting bonuses as well.
Perfect.
Right, and then we talk about the sustainable payout and growth. So we strategize it so that it's small, comparing to most of the ICO that is on the market nowadays. Most ICO have a hard cap of about 15 million to 30 million, and they set a very high soft cap like 7 million. So what we decided is that we will build a complete platform before we launch. That is because of the investor confidence that is lacking in the lending space. And what we did is that we decided, since we have a platform, why do we need a soft cap? So there's no need for a soft cap. Whatever that we get in capital, we will just launch.
Right, and that's very innovative and something that others haven't done before. I mean, you guys were just saying, even if you don't get what you're looking for in terms of sales, you're still going to launch, because I mean, at the end of the day, everything is ready. You know what I mean? So that was something that also caught my attention with this project. So how many members are on your team? And I assume there will be additional members joining as the POWERLOAN team grows.
Currently, we have 11 core members, but we have about 5 more extended team members who are handling tickets and just doing customer service, as well as do our arrangement with the on-ground team, because POWERLOAN does not just operate online. We have about 40% of our market offline. So what we do is that we've been working with traditional MLM groups so that they can go into the crypto space, because MLM is getting a lot of challenge on traditional methods where they're getting closed down by local governments and all that. So they are moving their operations to unregulated space, which is in cryptocurrency.
Perfect. And again, I assume you guys will be adding additional people to the team as the workload increases and there's more sales, right?
It's true. Yes and no, because currently a lot of the work is in development, patching, and all that, and we've done most of it. And our busy period is during the pre-ICO. So it's going very crazy.
Got it. Okay, perfect.
But we do see a ramp down in terms of activities. So what we'll have is that we are considering once the workload is not that much, we will move some other people to our value creation program, which is the first one on our tokenized data center.
Got it. Perfect. All right. So security has become a major concern with many crypto related hacks happening. What is POWERLOAN doing to ensure the security of its investors? And I'm sure you have heard of a lot of different hacks and DDoS attacks on different sites. I mean, it happens on a regular basis.
Yes, security is a priority because we need to keep all the investments from our investors safe. So what we do is that we follow certain standards. We hire good people. In our team, we have Hackett. Hackett is in charge of all things related to security, and from his experience is that he's from an online casino background, and he's been securing all these gaming platforms for the past 10 years. So he is quite competent in this area, and we trust what he do. And we follow certain standards such as ISMS. So ISMS is Information Security Management Services in terms of ISO standard to ensure that we are safe.
Got it. Okay. Are you guys doing any sort of I assume having Hackett or his people trying to penetrate the POWERLOAN system to see if there's any holes or any gaps in the system where someone may be able to hack it?
Yes, I think there's multiple level of security we are looking at. The most basic one is on the what we call the host assessment. What we did is that we look at the OS itself and make sure the OS follows certain security standard and settings. We disable the protocol that is not supposed to be there, and we just enable what we need. The second level that we are looking at is the network, on the network level, where we, for certain servers like DB and all that, we do IP whitelisting, so only specific people can go in. And finally, we do a web assessment. We are still in progress with web assessment because we're releasing a lot of patch. What this does is that we do a front-end penetration test from multiple level. We do it on the internet, the local network, as well as our extended wide area network.
Got it. Okay, seems like everyone's very, very busy working on their own sort of things within the POWERLOAN project. So, what are the limitations in terms of residents from, let's say, just different countries investing into this project? Is there any limitations on that?
At this moment, we don't do KYC or know your customer. So in terms of knowledge, actually, we don't know who you are or where you're buying from, as long as you have a working email and all that. But if you're from a country that bans cryptocurrency or ICO, we do not encourage you to buy, but it's up to you. But we will not be responsible.
Got it. Yeah, right. In case anything happens, or if they were to send any types of, I see what you mean. I mean that makes sense. So, what was the thought behind the ICO price of your token?
We did multiple different pricing models and decided on the pricing based on several models proposed. So currently, on our model, we have 1.5 million tokens on each stage, and we don't have like a ramp up, where it gets more or the tokens get less. So it's just 4 evenly separated rounds. And then what we'll do is that we reward the early joiners. When you join early, you get the tokens cheaper and you get more bonuses.
Yeah, I was one. I used to join a lot of ICOs before, and I used to know of it before it started, and I would get in towards the end, having to pay like $1 or more, and then I would have, I would regret it. So this is definitely a great time for those investors who are interested in getting involved with POWERLOAN to get in at the at the reduced price for now.
Yes, but It doesn't matter what price you get in at PowerLoan. I mean, the earlier you get in, of course, the more profit you'll potentially have. But as we have mentioned earlier, PowerLoan is actually focused on token pricing. So for our token launch in our internal exchange on the 16th of June, what we'll do is that we are not manipulating any of our lending prices. So on 16th of June, we're going to launch our internal exchange first. And the first token will be listed as $5, and we will begin our buyback to push the price up. So if we have enough support from the supporters, I mean, $5 is way, way above our last round of ICO, so the token price itself will be going up.
Perfect, perfect. All right, so where do you see PowerLoan, let's say 1 year from today, in terms of growth?
Okay, in terms of growth, I think 1 year from now will be, first of all, that is the most important, that we go through the stabilization period. And during this stabilization period, what we have to deliver is consistent value creation, as well as interest payout. I mean, if we are consistent on these two areas, sure, the token will be on.
That's right.
And the limited supply will make it very valuable, because we only have 6 million token on sale during ICO, and in this 1 year we are planning a buyback of about 1 million tokens. So in about a year there will be only like 5 million tokens around.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good number, and that would definitely increase the value of the token, just the limited supply. What is PowerLoan doing in terms of marketing? I mean, obviously, whatever you guys are doing, you're doing an excellent job at it, to say the least, because of how fast you guys are selling out.
Yep. Marketing, we didn't make it very complex. Basically, what we have done is we look at other people and what is working for them. We just do our research. We find out where is their best traffic source, and we copy. So imitation is the best form of flattery. And then what we did is that we copied all the stuff that works for the latest ICO, and then we expanded to untapped markets such as Arabic forums. We go to traditional MLM groups and communities, and we use them to do our on-ground marketing, as well as move their operation into our platform.
Well, besides everything else, I mean, I know the marketing team is doing an excellent job. I mean, again, I was not expecting, the platform is great, and I think you guys are doing something very good here and different, and innovative. But I knew you guys were going to get sales, but I didn't think it was going to just blow up so fast, given what has happened in the past with some of the platforms. So that's really good. One question before we wrap up the interview, are you guys doing? I don't see anyone doing like giveaways for PowerLoan, so I assume you guys are kind of a little tight with your tokens, correct? Because usually, for example, I do giveaways on some of the platforms, because that's what a lot of my my community likes. So I don't know if maybe in the future that would be a possibility for us to be able to do something small, giveaway.
At PowerLoan, we don't mind doing giveaway as long as it makes sense. We don't want to give away just so that somebody registers.
Right.
We want giveaway to be in terms of rewarding those who invest. Like what we mentioned, we want our investors to be the ones that gain the benefit. So we are focused on that. We are aligned with that method, and we will do our giveaway and our reward based on who supports us. And once our pre-ICO closes, we have a lot of plan. I think upon closing of the pre-ICO, we will be releasing an update to our website. You see a lot of things going before ICO round one. I mean, just to make, because pre-ICO is a bit dry.
Right.
So we want to make things a bit more fun. Yeah.
You know what I like about that too? I see a lot of ICOs out there that they're just giving out just giving out tokens left and right, just for people to sign up, join your Telegram, whatever the case is, and then you have major dumping once the exchange opens. So which in a way is not protecting the investors if you're just giving it out for free to people for whatever reason. So that I think that's a very smart move from the POWERLOAN team.
Yeah, and maybe I can add something since you were talking about investors. One of the key differences that POWERLOAN, we work with the investors. We don't work alone. So we see a lot of ICO that does not manage the investors. For example, when you mentioned that when the exchange opens, people start dumping. So for POWERLOAN, we have a different approach. We see the investors that have influence, that have enough token to influence our movement. We approach them, we strategize on how do we make the tokens price higher instead of us just letting them do whatever they want when the exchange opens. So what I've did is that we've approached anyone with 0.25 BTC and above, and we told them about our initial buyback at $5. We told them that yes, we need support level. Even though POWERLOAN is going to initially invest to keep the price above $5, but in case that whatever funding we have ran out, we need support levels. So we strategize so that they are our second level of support. To keep the token price, and most of them agree. If they are able to provide support at $2, $2.50, or $3, and the token price stays there, they are the biggest benefiter because they own a lot of POWERLOAN tokens. So most of them have already agreed to come up with another additional 15 to 20% just to hold the token price. So
wow. That's
how
insane.
it works. Yeah, and a lot of these people, because they are from the MLM group, they have certain leaders, so they are quite easy to manage. They're not as distributed as our online users. We are still trying to wrap up all the online users and go to them. It's going to take some time, but definitely we'll do it before 16 June.
Perfect. All right, so last question I have for you here is anything else you would like to share or just say to potential investors regarding this project? So anyone that it's not, it's not aware of this project, or that that they are aware but are having second thoughts whether they should invest or not.
Yeah, sure. I just want to tell people that the POWERLOAN team, we are working very hard. We are doing our due diligence. So basically what needs to be done, we have already been doing it. If we have not, if there's something that we could do better, you can always come to us and tell us. I think we are very approachable. We are one of the most approachable ICOs out there. You can just come to our room, and I'm always there. My team is sometimes there. So yeah, we'll take any feedback. And do support POWERLOAN. It's not a short-term investment pump and dump token. If the longer you hold it, the more value it creates, the more project we can launch, the more rewards you'll get. That is the idea behind it. And like I say, I take every complaint or compliment seriously. Do come back with your feedback, and we appreciate it.
Perfect. Now, yeah, as soon as we get off of this here, before uploading the video, I'm going to do a short video just showing people how to buy, and I'm actually going to buy with my money a couple $100, and it seems like everything works here. Obviously, there's some features that are disabled but already complete until end of ICO, and investors won't have to worry about when the exchange is going to be ready for, or launch, or the lending packages, because my assumption is that everything is 100% for the most part correct. I know you guys are still dealing with certain things here and there, obviously, but for the most part everything is complete, correct?
Most part everything is complete. We've tested the functions work, but we have not done our load testing. So upon completion of ICO on the 6th of June, we'll start our open beta testing on our test server, which is not on our current server, so we don't have to reset it. On a separate server, we have about 1,000 volunteers who have already registered as volunteer testers, and we're going to test it there for 5 days, and then we're going to fix it up for another 5 days based on priority. Then what we'll do is that we'll release it. Yes, most of the functions are ready, but we have not done any load. We think that load testing is very important because even during our first day of pre-ICO, we have never load tested any of our token features, and we come up with some problem. So with this load testing, it gives us more confidence. And yeah, in the coming few days, we're gonna announce that on something on our wallet. So it's gonna be up for download by the first day of June, if I'm not wrong, 1st of June. And yeah, we're gonna release some videos on our features and all that. So you can see it, I mean, on video. You can't touch it yet, but soon you'll be able to try it out on our test server.
Perfect, man. Wow, this project is just mind-blowing, man. It's insane.
Yep.
Thanks, Johan, for taking out the time again from your busy schedule. I know you guys are substantially busy, so I appreciate you know the couple of minutes that you gave me. So thanks for joining us, man. I'll have this video uploaded within the next two hours. I'm gonna do add additional pieces to it to kind of give people a better feel of some of the things on POWERLOAN, and also definitely want to show them how to purchase for those who have not, who are having any issues, or maybe just people in general who don't know how to purchase. So thanks again, man. Appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.
Yeah, you too. Thank you for doing this, because I know that we wanted to do this for a long time. I couldn't find the time. And I appreciate what you've done, taking out your time. And also we appreciate your support, since you've been there since our first week. Yeah, it does help. Every little bit helps. And your support is very important.
Thanks, man. And again, if you guys, need any help, just reach out to me on Telegram. I'll keep keeping people updated as much as I can on POWERLOAN, but everything is going great. So I'm happy for you guys. I'm happy for the investors. I think it's a win-win so far. So thanks again. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Bye.
You get to hear me now.